The 2016 Lutz Memorial Tournament continues with the following quarterfinal match scheduled for one fall. With a 20-minute time limit. Your referee for this match, Mr. Kevin Burr.
You're the worst, Kevin! You're the worst!
Introducing first, he hails from the rock and roll capital of the world and the moon. He weighed in at 215 gold records, accompanied by his brother James Ross Hall.
The 2016 Lutz Memorial Cup rolls on. Blake Chadwick, Jerry Stephanitsis joining you here.
Get my name right. How many times have you said it? I mean, give me a break. God.
As the Hall Stars on their way out here, Ross and James and Jerry, which one's which?
I know which one's which. I'm not going to tell you. You're a broadcast journalist. You should be able to tell them apart.
As these two jumping back and forth, mixing it all up. As Ross and James, the multi-time VCW Tag Champions, out here ready to rock and roll. At the Norfolk Masonic Temple, Jerry, you are very familiar with the competitor in this matchup. Ross Hall, formerly known as RH3, a former two-time VCW Commonwealth Heritage Champion. And a couple of years ago, 2012, 2013, his run as a singles competitor was really one of the top in the company history.
And his opponent, he hails from Monterrey, Mexico, and weighing in at 210 pounds, the Latin Heartthrob, Gino!
And making his return to Vanguard Championship Wrestling, we saw him debut back in July at the Norfolk Masonic Temple at the 10th Annual Liberty Lottery. Jerry, Gino, from the Reality of Wrestling in Houston, Texas, Booker T's school, Booker T's wrestling program, is back in VCW.
Well, you know, I think we talked about this before, right? The Reality of Wrestling stars were very impressive when they came here at the Liberty Lottery in July. And the discussion back then with George Pantis and other members of VCW management was, how can we get these guys back? And Gino being the first one to come back, he was back here in October. Unsuccessful bid against Colby Carino for the Commonwealth title, but still a very great matchup. Now he's going to go after that Lutz Memorial Cup. It'll be interesting to see if his journey here from Houston, Texas has been worth it or not.
And of course, the winner of this gets Rhett Titus in the semifinals, so a couple of sniff tests for Gino potentially to start off the night, or in this case, if Ross Hall gets by, he would have two relatively unknown men to him, as Gino is somebody there's not a lot of tape on, not very well scouted. And then, of course, Rhett Titus, someone who has never met either of these two men, so a lot of unknowns, a couple of first-time matchups guaranteed for us on this occasion. As Ross Hall gets in the ring as his brother James.
Well, actually, no, never mind. Never mind.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Yeah, that's Ross Hall. Yeah, that's Ross Hall right there.
As Ross Hall starts things off with Gino. As you have to give the size advantage to Gino, but again, the experience and of course the familiarity with VCW has to go with the artist formerly known as RH3. One Ross Hall. The light's going out already. There's some fine mat wrestling right here by Gino, a second-generation competitor.
He is. He's a great athlete. I mean, he was very impressive in that Reality of Wrestling tag team match back in July. And again, like I said, he was very impressive against Colby's
Winning combination. Only near fall.
But the All-Stars, former multiple-time tag team champions, one of the most decorated teams in VCW history. Ross and James, both former Commonwealth Heritage champions. You know, so it'll be interesting to see if how he'll be tested here, because this is their home turf.
Gino sends him for a ride, and the shoulder tackle by Ross Hall puts Gino right on the mat, and it looks like it's time to rock and roll here in Norfolk.
You sure that's Ross Hall?
Is Ross Hall not on the bracket? Is he not the one entered in?
I was just asking you. I mean, because you said you couldn't tell them apart. You sure that's Ross Hall?
What do you mean? Of course that's Ross Hall.
I don't know. I'm just making sure. If you say it's Ross Hall, then I'll just say it's Ross Hall. I mean, you are notorious for getting the two of them mixed up. So if you think it's Ross Hall, then...
Do I look like Pat Himes? near fall, but Jerry, why would Kevin Burr allow this match to start if Ross Hall was not in the ring?
Well, Kevin Burr is not exactly the most observant official.
As we do know, you're pretty
He should
Kevin
have checked some ID before the match started if you really wanted to see who was going out in the ring right there.
I have every reason to believe Kevin Burr, a trained official, would not allow this match to begin if Ross Hall was not the legal man in there. As Gino trying to garner some crowd support here in Norfolk, as the crowd has been a bit indifferent to him in his couple of appearances thus far in VCW. Of course, you go back to the Liberty Lottery on the opposite end of a tag team of the hometown kid, J.J. Blake, and of course the very popular Mysterious Q, as he teamed with Ruthless Ryan Davidson. And now a series of arm drag takedowns sends Ross Hall scurrying to the floor. Wait a minute, there's a switcheroo. And is that James? As a couple of arm drags, as the Hall's in a blade switcheroo behind the back of Kevin Burr.
Blake, I don't know what you're talking. That is Ross Hall. That is RH3 in the ring right now.
Who the hell's on first?
Ross Hall's in the ring right now.
I have no idea what's going on right now. I don't know what's going on. Kevin Burr sure as hell doesn't know what's going on. As the All-Stars do a switcheroo, apparently going from Ross to James, James to Ross, I have no idea. All I know is the All-Stars in the ring right now, and in full control against Gino in this first-round match at the 9th Annual Lutz Memorial Cup. Gino gets out of the corner, and another deep arm drag takedown. I think Ricky Steamboat did a seminar down in Houston. As Gino picture-perfect arm drags.
I can't believe that you are supposed to be the play-by-play announcer, and you can't tell these guys apart.
Well, they're doing us no favors. Wearing the exact same thing. Facial hair no longer the same.
Well, you know, the
haircut the same.
The Lutz Memorial Cup is all about endurance, Blake. And what's better than having two guys with endurance is definitely better than having one.
Swinging neck breaker. I'm just going to say by a Hall. As I have lost.
That is Ross Hall in the ring right now.
So apparently the legal man is in here because, ladies and gentlemen, you can write down the time and date, quote me on this. I'm going to go ahead and trust my broadcast colleague. And he's going to look and say, this is Ross Hall. I mean, I would know. As he's choking away on Gino in the ropes.
You know, this is great. I'm glad the Hall Stars are not pandering to these people anymore, and they're finally trying to win matches again. Maybe they'll actually do well tonight.
Sends him for right, puts his head down. Look at that athleticism by Gino. Runs him right into the ropes and takes him out with a clothesline. Here we go one more time, and Gino again with that roll right over him. The Latin Heartthrob showing off his extreme athleticism. Sends Ross for ride. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. And Ross Hall having a difficult time now as he heads to the floor and avoids that super kick, as it's all Gino right now.
5 minutes has elapsed. 15 minutes remaining.
As you hear Brandon Matheny, he says 5 minutes have elapsed, 15 minutes to go in this first round match. And Gino looks like he's going for a slingshot. Puts on the brakes as Ross crawls back in the ring, and James comes running by and sweeps the leg, and Gino goes face first right on that ring apron, the hardest part of the ring, as Kevin Burr right now tending to Ross Hall, as the tide has just swung right back to Ross Hall's way.
They've apparently been training with Cobra Kai. Sweeping the leg. Sweep the leg.
As he goes to hook the outside leg, 1-2, and a near fall. But Jerry, you go back in about a year and a half to the 2015 Liberty Lottery. Ross and James reuniting for the first time in a few years, much to the delight of this crowd. But after about 6 months or so, once we head into the early part of this year, it seems like things kind of died down. They did not have the same fanfare they once did. And over the last couple of months, you've seen this attitude adjustment, this change in demeanor of Ross and James. For them, it appears to have some success as I'm going to say both of them entered into this matchup. But you have to give it to them here as they're trying to do whatever it takes to climb back up the ladder and taste gold once again.
Well, and I think I told you before, both of them. Ross Hall came in second place in the Lutz Cup previously, but so did James. James Hall once before was the runner-up at the Lutz Memorial Cup as well.
Here we go, sunset flip, 1, 2, and a near fall. As James, or rather Ross, comes right back with a drop kick. I don't even know if that's Ross at this point.
I mean, as I was saying, you know, they both were runners-up in the Lutz Memorial Cup previously, so it's only appropriate that Ross Hall would be included this year. It's against James Hall's technically included now too, but to be included this year and then to try to move forward.
As Ross ties Gino in the tree of woe, Daddy. And now driving that boot right into the throat of the reality of wrestling stars. Kevin Burr tries to get him undone. And now you're trying to tell me that wasn't a switcheroo?
I couldn't tell from my vantage
What
point.
monitor are you watching?
I dropped one of my peanuts over here. I was trying to
Come back to reality. Ross and James, blatant switch right there. James Hall's now in this match. Kevin Burr has no idea. And these two are about to pull a fast one over this entire tournament.
Kevin Burr is a fine official.
Kevin, quickly you change your tune. Butterfly suplex by James Hall. 1, 2. And folks, if you're scoring at home, if you're keeping track of your bracket, no need to cross out Ross Hall. He's indeed the entrant into this match. It is not James, as James Hall and Ross Hall have done a switcheroo for the 3rd time now in this match.
Come on now, Blake. Would Kevin Burr let the wrong Hall star in the ring? Give me a break. You know, he's the finest official this side of Earl Hebner. I don't know how you could assume he would just let the wrong Hall star get in the ring.
As James has him. What's he gonna do with him here? And a reverse stun gun. Out of a reverse DDT position. Innovative move by James Hall.
Oh my God!
And now he's got Gino tied up in between the top and middle ropes. Very precarious situation for the young man. Charges in. And a knee lift right to the midsection.
Come on, Rap!
And now James leaves Gino all tied up. Now you're trying to tell me that wasn't a switcheroo?
No, it wasn't. I don't think so. I think you're just seeing double vision.
As the rope-assisted DDT there by the proper entrant into this match, Ross Hall. They can't end like this. As Gino kicks out at 2.
You're starting to see again why these guys were former multiple-time VCW Tag Team Champions.
In the near 12 years that Ross and James have been together as a tag team, I have never once seen them stoop this low to going in and out and back and forth in the ring, trying to pull a fast one over everybody.
They're just doing what it takes to win the Lutz Memorial Cup. That is a coveted trophy, Blake.
It is a coveted trophy. 8 prestigious names are currently on that. The 9th man will add his at some point tonight, presented by Ron Simmons as a beautiful spinning DDT of the single arm variety. And now Ross Hall looks to go for the crossface.
Yeah, if he locks this in, that's going to be the end of Gino. He finished off quite a few opponents with that one while he was Commonwealth Heritage Champion.
His version of the buzzkill. As he tries to lock it on, Gino backs in. There's an arm drag out of the corner. Gino creates a little space here. Ross charges in and eats the back elbow. Gino now trying to find himself an opening. There's an enziguri. Here comes Gino out of the corner with a forearm. One more time, he takes him out. Gino leveling Ross and James. Getting a little revenge here against the former multi-time tag team champions. He's got him, and the enziguri on James. Nobody home on the elbow. As Ross Hall in position. Gino off the ropes. And there's a famouser. He's got him. 2 and a 2.5.
You know, I got to give a little bit of credit to Gino here. He really is. He's fighting off both of the All-Stars in this match, and he's still, you know, a lesser competitor wouldn't have been able to last this long against both of them.
Gino trying to rally this crowd in Virginia behind him, as this is the first time he's really had their full-on support since being a part of the VCW roster. There's a backslide. 2. And Gino's able to get out. Full arm dragon twist by Ross Hall. And a single arm clothesline. Holds the pin. 2.
It looks like his shoulder was up.
2. And a kick out. Nice job by Kevin Burr to make sure the shoulders were down. As Ross Hall and Gino going back and forth here.
They cheated! Get him out of there!
Ross could be going for that sliced bread. Gino stays on his feet, spins him inside out, and Ross eats defeat. That'll do it. 1, 2, 3, and Gino's on into the semifinals.
The time of the fall, 11 minutes and 41 seconds.
So Gino has knocked off not one, but 2 All-Stars and has officially inked his spot in the semifinals against Rhett Titus, coming up a little bit later on here tonight. But before the quarterfinals continue, now let's head backstage. Our broadcast colleague Tim Lewis is standing by with the Platinum icon, Phil Brown.
Tim Lewis with VCW here with Phil Brown, winner of the 2016 Liberty Lottery.
That's right.
Now, Phil, the fans want to know, have you decided what belt you want to go after?
That's a good question. I'm trying to let the fans decide what belt to go after. You know, Brandon Scott, I don't know if you know about this guy. He's been ducking me, him and his manager, Jerry. They ducking and hiding. Jerry's eating pizza. Brandon Scott's all over TV now. Too big to come down and face Phil Brown for that world title. I tell you what, I'm in the land of opportunity. Yes, I had a bad 2016, the start of that. But I finished strong. I'm going to finish strong. First of all, I won the Liberty Lottery. Yes, I did win that. Come back out of nowhere and won the Liberty Lottery. The Lutz is just as big and as important to me. Very important. You know why? Because you stack your chances. Multiple opportunities is what America is about. That's what Phil Brown's about. I will take care of that. I will win back that world title. VCW fans, you can vote. You can vote for me. Tell me what you want to see, and I'll do it. That's what it's all about. It's about the people. That's all it's about, man. Welcome, VCW.
Thank you, sir.
Looking at the icon.